The building you can see behind me is Yarnfield Park Conference Centre, and I'm here for the Banner of Truth Ministers Conference. We've got a stand at the Missions exhibition, and also it's a really good opportunity for some great ministry, some good food and also good fellowship with the other men here. Among the many that I've been chatting to since I've been here are the pastors of the two churches that have just recently sent out their church members to serve on the mission field through Grace Baptist Mission. The first of these was Mark Rowcroft, and he's pastor of Geneva Road Evangelical Baptist Church in Darlington, and they've just sent out their member Rebecca to serve an Envision apprenticeship in Eastern Europe. She travelled out there just at the end of March and has been settling in over these last few weeks. And she's getting involved with personal evangelism there in the city, and also helping in the life of the church that she's connected with, where some of the GBM missionaries are serving. She's also had an opportunity to go over to the west of the country and see the work that's just begun there, a new church plant in another town in that country, and to see what's going on there and get involved with that, we trust, on a fairly regular basis. So please do pray for Rebecca. She's getting stuck into the real important but hard graft of language learning, and that's presenting its challenges, but please pray for her that she'll really make progress with that, and that will help her to connect with people in the city, to get to know other young people and be able to share the gospel with them, and also really find her feet and make herself at home there in the city. So do pray for her in that. There's quite a different religious culture in that country. Eastern Orthodoxy is the predominant religion there, and that certainly presents its challenges as a very nationalistic strand in society, and people really don't think that you are part of the society if you're not Orthodox, so it does present quite significant challenges for the gospel there. Please do pray for Rebecca. Now, the other pastor I've been chatting with is Andrew Saywell. He's pastor of Grace Chapel in Folkestone, and this is the church that's just sent out Reuben and Cathy Saywell to go to the Philippines and serve there in church planting work. So just on the 7th of April it was that Reuben and Cathy and their three boys and Cathy's mother headed out to the Philippines, and they've begun settling there in Santa Maria. They've got a home there, Cathy's mother's home, that they're able to live in, and they've connected up with the neighbourhood church in Caloocan. And I heard from Reuben and Cathy just recently, and they've been telling us how they're settling in these first couple of weeks.
Hello, welcome to the Philippines. We've settled in, we're in our new home here in Santa Maria in Bulacan, Cathy's mum's home actually, and so we're very grateful for those who were praying for us that we would have a smooth journey over here to the Philippines. The flight was good, the kids behaved themselves relatively well, and we're here, so we're grateful to God for providing us with this opportunity to serve Him in the Philippines. It's hot, it's humid, 35 degrees would be the average temperature through the day, but then as I say, you've got the humidity on top of that, which makes it pretty unbearable, particularly in the middle of the day, and so we try and keep ourselves occupied indoors until later in the afternoon, and then we head out and do activities with the children then.
Yeah, the kids, the three boys, are adjusting really well actually. We're quite surprised how well they're adjusting. COVID rates are quite low here in the Philippines, but we still are required to wear face masks even when we step out of the house. So you can imagine, even with this really hot weather and the humidity, it's really unbearable sometimes to wear a face mask.
Politically and spiritually as well, one of the things that has been immediately noticeable when you walk down the street is you see relics, and you see Catholic symbols, you see big churches, and so Catholicism really is alive and well here in Santa Maria. It's also election season, and that's unavoidable. Everywhere that you go, when you walk down the street, when you go into the town centre, and even when you're here in your home, you hear about the election constantly. And so obviously we would be asking for prayer for a really fair result. There is a lot of corruption within the government. Certain candidates have got criminal records, and so do pray for those who are running for office, that they would be people who first of all prize what we would see as scriptural grounding for leadership in a country.
We've also been to TNC twice now. We've attended twice, once online and once in person. And last Sunday, Reuben was able to preach in Taglish, Filipino and English. They were so welcoming to us, and we had a really big Filipino feast that they provided for us. So we're really excited to join TNC for the next few months until we start church planting here in Bulacan.
Do pray for us as we seek to hold some evangelistic Bible studies in time, potentially in a month or two, here in our living room. Pray that many people from the community would come in, and that we would be given liberty to share the gospel with them. And do pray that as we continue to build up contacts, I guess particularly with Cathy's unconverted family, that there will be many opportunities to not only tell them why we're here, but also to tell them of the God who can save them from their sin. So thank you for praying for us, thank you for supporting us this far, and please continue to do that so that the gospel might gain ground in this very needy area of Santa Maria. And we look forward to updating you as to how God is working through us in this place very soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Please pray for these new missionaries in their early days. Give thanks for Rebecca and her opportunity to serve an Envision apprenticeship. Pray for her to make good progress in language study, and ask God to guide her to people she can befriend and begin sharing the gospel with. Pray that she will be a blessing to many. Give thanks for the Saywells' safe arrival in the Philippines, and that they're settling into their new home in Santa Maria and at the neighbourhood church in Caloocan. Pray for them as they adjust to the different culture, climate and language. Give thanks that Reuben has been able to spend time with fellow GBM worker Aries Laboro. Pray also for Aries as he ministers to local people who lost their homes in the Shantytown fire in April. Pray for the forthcoming elections in the Philippines, asking God to raise up candidates who will uphold truth and justice. Pray for the evangelistic Bible studies that Reuben and Cathy plan to start in the coming months. Ask that God will draw along local people with a desire to learn what the Bible really teaches. Pray for them to develop good relations with local people, including Cathy's relatives, and that they will have many opportunities to share the gospel with them. Thank you for praying.